Damn. Alright, I fucked up. Alright, we back. Let me go ahead and do this. Yeah. Let's do that. Fuck, man. What? I'm sure when this thing start going off like this, some fuck shit start to happen. Nah. I don't know. I'm gonna just talk while I listen. I want to catch my readings. You know, that'd be one of the things that put me up on a lot of game. A lot of the things that was happening to me was the tarot.
You are being watched by some very important people, gang. Is the title of this message.
Especially,
As always, it's not for everyone.
my cousin turned me on to this.
Take what resonates and leave the rest.
Just asked me flat out one day, like, you ever watch tarot? Turned it on to YouTube. Immediately. It's just like, phew, man, God know where you at. Sent it to me. I knew it was talking about me. The first reading I read, I listened to, and then I do the TikTok thing. You know, I don't know. That's there's somewhere where I could put this up. So on there, I go on there the first time and I put in tarot reading for Virgo, and some shit about black magic came up. Motherfuckers doing black magic on, man. So I don't know what you think. Alright, what was I gonna push on? The damn phone stopped going crazy.
You are being watched by some very influential people, gang. This is not for everyone. Take what resonates and leave the rest. God never cuts you off. Don't lie on God. Don't lie on God. God never cuts people off.
Alright, I was just giving y'all tips for this shit, man, for whoever gives a fuck. But you know, this is the shit that they do, and it's all been done to me, every last bit of it. We talked about last one, you know, about how they be pretending to infiltrate on you. Don't be a big advocate of talking about your plans. You know what I'm saying? That shit goes way beyond, you know, just a little shit with, you know, remember, you know, motherfuckers, we learned that when we was a little younger, don't tell your cousin, because, you know, cousin be hating on you shit. You don't want that motherfucker to hate. You know, and you would just think that they throw an attitude about you getting something that they wanted. Like, you is a little hater. But you don't think it really goes farther than that. You know? Motherfuckers want to Eat you alive, Wayne. Fucking up already. Here comes the downpour. I hate it when I be feeling like they got me surrounded for something, man. It's something because sometimes they'll try to push you too. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes I'm pulled off. I'm going somewhere. I'm going to get some trees. I might donate some blood so I can get some money. Uh, I probably got a little side hustle or something. You know, whatever I'm doing, and then they'll start to fuck with me. And I've noticed, you know, that they'll try to push me. They done try to make me turn. They done ran me out. They done try to run me off the motherfucking road. You know, some parking lots they don't go in. But the real big ones, I'll just attract, you know, an even bigger crowd, and it'll make it harder for them to see. But for me to see. But in the motherfucking there's some parking lots I done pulled up in. Like, all right, I want to see when they come in this motherfucker, man, because they ain't all gonna be able to squeeze in this bitch. And then I'm gonna just go pop out real quick. And, you know, and them it be the times usually I get in trouble because I don't know when to quit. I really don't know what I'm trying to see or do, so I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna go do everything. That window with all that tint, I need that down, and I need it fast. I'm not gonna be knocking on that motherfucker neither. But they won't go in certain parking lots. I've never had none really go too far out the county that they were in. These motherfuckers they work in hives and packs. I done follow one motherfucking group. I know it was every last motherfucking car. They were like seriously taunting a nigga. I was beating my feet coming up out of the same county they was just fucking with me in, and they all come past me, but they all stop, slow down a little bit right before they pass me with all the tents on, you know, to like yeah, motherfucker, and then every last one of them stopped. About 5 cars, and I'm in my little putt. I'm in a, you know, 95, you know, Chrysler, barely making it. But I pushed that motherfucker back because I'm like, fuck it, y'all just gonna speed past me. All right, I want to see where you going. It's just one of them days where I just so happen to have a full tank of gas. Let me see if I can get some real answers today. I follow the motherfucker, and I'm talking about they was smashing too the whole motherfucking time. These motherfuckers can drive. I give them that. They can drive. Motherfuckers doing 90, 100 all the way everywhere we was going. And I was keeping up that motherfucker, man. And then when we get off, it's way out in East Bumblefuck of where I don't know where the fuck it was, you know, but it's like more like a warehouse district because it's still in the town. And it's like all it's set off. Okay, it is cool. It is uphill and all that good shit. And it was just a UPS, a big ass, like a super big UPS. These motherfuckers work at UPS. You know what I mean? By the time I pulled into the gate where all the employees pull into or whatever, the first couple cars they done already parked and blended in and gone. It was just one car, the one that I was buying. Motherfucker pulled in and parked. And you know, I kinda did the loop de loop around. You know, and I came around the front of that motherfucker. I want to see through the windshield. I still couldn't motherfucker see. Well, I said, fuck it. I finished the other half of the little motherfucking loop. I pulled up right on the side of that motherfucker, man, and that motherfucker rolled down the window. It was a bitch. And she just scoffed at me. Looked back down at her phone. So I tried, like, fuck it. I don't know what's popping. There's a whole bunch of cars that are around. There was at least 100 cars in that parking lot. It was a big parking lot. I'm like, all right, if I was gonna ambush a nigga, I done got to the point where I kind of value my life a little bit. You know what I mean? Right now, I'm inside of my best weapon, so I try to keep it that way. But it was a bitch. Scoffed at me. I said some jab shit, and bitch rolled her eyes. Didn't pay me no mind. I pulled up a little bit, drove around that motherfucker. I was all in the back of that motherfucker. Big ass, it's just a big ass fucking UPS. Come back. Now there's a guard. And I pulls up. I said, "What's up, man?" Like, he shakes his head, like he wasn't looking for me. Guess it was time to come on or something. Man, I was gonna get a job there. I'm like, man, I'm gonna get a job here. I'm gonna provide this shit out, and I'm gonna get some motherfucking money. Gotta have a valid license. I can't even go spy and make money at the same motherfucking time because of $300. I can't make $300. Anyway, man, UPS, man, no fucking lie. Fucking. See, man, and it took me a minute for me to come to this conclusion, cause this shit is literally this has been my life for the last 5 fucking years. So I've analyzed it front and back, sideways, and is it me? And it can't be, and was it? It couldn't have been, you know. And then you go to another state, you try to start fresh, it starts again. It'll be the same tactics. It just started in 2018 in Vegas. And I'm literally going through the same shit. January 7th today? Something like that. 2024. Vegas to Denver. From Denver, Florida. From Florida to Minnesota. Minnesota to fucking Fargo. Same shit. Tactics, the strategies, the following, the pump fake, and the setups. Try to get the phone all the time. If trying to cut in, you get to know all your business, the car. They send motherfuckers at you too. Don't even, man, I'm talking about professionals. Like these bitches, this is what they motherfucking do. This is why real niggas hate a rat, CI, snitch, any of that. These motherfuckers that they take things they learned through confidence. Like most motherfuckers, you ain't gonna have too many motherfuckers that are gonna rat on you in your life before you finally get to the point to where it's like, you know what, nigga, can't fuck with no motherfucking body. One is too many. I got two. And now I got a whole family that's trying to set me up and fuck me off and but motherfucker done came far and wide. And I know I'm seeing what I'm seeing. It's weird out this motherfucker too. I notice here, like there's certain days. There's certain days when this is uh like one of the type of days I'll have when they flare up on a nigga and they have some type of a new agenda that they're gonna try. So first they'll start with, you know, they parking all around me and the the stairs and they think they're actually doing something. But that's them trying to poke me. You know, go say something, do anything, just do something, go, leave, hop out and start something, do anything, and I done caught the police already just chilling in the cut a couple times. I know what that's about. I see what you're doing, like a dumbass, real shit. When I was more about my, everybody's gonna motherfucking respect me. Ooh, yeah, yeah, and I'd have fed into it, and not knowing. I bet you even from back then too, those were a lot. They were a lot of setups. A lot of setups happen. I'm gonna just freestyle. Fuck it. This is what I be doing every motherfucking time anyway. A lot of setups. A lot of things that happen in the neighborhood, especially that really don't be what it seems. Niggas ain't out here all the time just whacking each other back and forth, back and forth. And there's these gang wars, and you know they beef it like a motherfucker. It's orchestrated and it is fabricated, or or not who you thought he was. There's a lot of police that do drive-bys. Where I'm from, I'm just gonna speak about where I'm from. It's the police, and then on the news, they'll be reporting it like it was the gangs. The gangs just did it. But you know, you'll hear like on the 4th of July. And on the north side, nigga, you'll hear go all night. Nigga, they went for like 3 fucking days nonstop. Who has that? Who has that ammo? The whole city. You'll hear shit go off like all at once. It has to be at least a good 30, 40 motherfuckers shooting. I'm talking about you would only hear in a war movie, but then you won't even hear nothing about that on the news at night. Like, hold on, man, that just sounds like an army is about to come through here, and it went on for hours. You know, it doesn't even make the news. You know what I mean? But I know, one is them trying to keep the fear up. One is them doing the shooting. The other is, yeah, niggas is still, yeah, niggas are still getting into it. And a lot of them are getting into it for the same thing that I'm talking about. Somebody done did it to them. And then they did it to them. Everybody's thinking like it's just gang shit, it's just gang shit. No, that's just no, it's not just gang shit. These motherfuckers are actually like, motherfucker, you killed somebody of mine that you stole everything. You probably did all types of other foul shit to him because there's big beliefs on sacrifices and occult practices and rituals. Um, Whole families, yes, lots of families are all into the same shit in a big hub called a city. And they do their shit. They ain't just don't believe none of that shit. Like especially when the Masons be talking about we're just a fraternity. It's a few good guys, and we have a few laughs, and we take care of one another. You have the perks if you need a job and you come out my way. You plug in with me and I get you a gig. Okay, bet. Like a fraternity, like college fraternity, man. And motherfuckers don't think that them rituals that they do are real. Like it just looks like it's just some clown shit that they're doing. He said, do this, do that, swear this, put your hand on that, give you this, and you can't have it back because now that is binded with you from some shit that he just professed out his mouth and a whole whoop de woo. And you think that had nothing to do with nothing. And they're everywhere. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of Masons. Way more than niggas think. And they're around you if you're of interest. And you won't know until, I guess they're giving you a shot or something. Because when I was in Florida, that was a revelation to me. I had been down there like 4 years. And these there's a nice group of people that I had gathered in my movings and my dealings, and a lot of them were my clients, and I made them money, and they liked me, and we came out and kicked it, and made some good bonds, and they rolled and they were with me them years, even if we weren't doing business, we kicked it, and after a few years, like, yeah, bro, you want to kick it, man, and shit, man, come on out, man, to the range. We be going to the range, bro. Like, all right, I want to bust, so I go. Come to find out, his buddy came and he brought his son, and he's amazing. And what? Are you amazing? Oh, and he's amazing. Oh, both y'all amazing. Oh shit, it is the Mason crew. Okay, and the shorty over there, he letting loose. I let loose, they let loose, he let loose. That man, shoot, damn, I ate up some ammo, man. I had that Glock 21, boy, that big 45, man, with the Halloween days in that motherfucking extend out 30 rounds on me, and I keep 3 of them bitches, 100 shots everywhere I go. But not no more because they got that too. Caught me slipping. Uh, every time I stop talking, I forget. That's bad. But this is what I wanted anyways. I wanted to blow my brains back. So I went and got some strong weed and figured I'd do some talking. Yeah, all that shit does something to you, man. I know I already said that. All my grandparents are in this shit. All my aunties and uncles are in this shit. On both sides of the family. Cousins. Man, my mom's was never knew it. She never said nothing. Crazy. Crazy. And I done tried to whack foods for this woman. Of course, that's mom. Mom's held a deep secret from her. You know what I mean? And I thought I was the favorite. And they practice this shit. Like they practice placing a spell on someone for them to have whatever it is type of outcome that they desire. When you're casting spells, you focus on like the feeling of what it is that you want, or how should I say the desired impact. So if like you want somebody dead, you don't say you want them to be shot, you don't want them to be ran over, you just project the the energy of death. That's your intentions. You know, they have their other things that they do with it and shit. You know, these motherfuckers, my family's real wicked, B. My cousin do mirror magic. They believe this. This is what they do. They're doing these spells and speeding up the process of what they just threw at you by coming around you, getting the information, bugging your phone, watching you, hacking your shit, adding up all your money while they're pretending, and you know shit they done racked up about a you ain't really gotta have big paper, you know. And that's kind of what it shows you too. Like, I don't know, this shit's still just fucked up. But just the way, you know, they do shit, man. Motherfuckers will get 1 million up out of a person. So you can see why there's so many people just jumping all over the bone to be able to do this type of shit for the cash out. And nigga, of course, these motherfuckers, and they be having paper. They had paper back in the day and they burned through it. So they believe in this. This is like their shit. They play with things that I don't know, motherfuckers like need it, no. But all of them do. The shit is real. Whether you believe it or not. The shit believes in you. The fact that you don't know is you're cuckoo. So they hit you with the ooh wopty wham. Then they come fucking around you physically, mentally, financially. You know, anybody can be added up to at least a good meal ticket. Motherfucker throw a $250 life insurance policy on you, maybe two. And that's just the low ball side. Cash out, cash out your accounts. Let's say you didn't even have no money. Motherfuckers, if they got the right plugs, and I think a lot of motherfuckers do, man. And honestly, I think, nigga, real spit. I swear to motherfucking God, the paramedics are not what the fuck you think you are, nigga. That's the goddamn meat wagon, for real, for real. Nigga, the motherfuckers getting their bodies chopped up, and them organ harvesting motherfuckers is out, and they have been out, and they are under the disguise of paramedic. Motherfucker get shot, then whatever during the day. Okay, bet, just another one. It's like having a fucking contract. Alright, so alright, we delivered one person alive today, and the other person half dead, so it blends in. And Pedro and Andre and whoever the fuck, is calling in fucking orders, and they're pulling up and picking up fresh. That's like the losing side of one of them setups. That is the losing side of one of them setups. Nobody makes it out. Nobody makes it out alive, man. If you hit that hospital, they're in on it too. If there's a way, and as long as the only people that could tell will play, everybody's in on it. I ain't never heard of motherfuckers being so dark that they wouldn't even give a few motherfucking days. I mean, yeah, a few days or however long it takes, or a fight and a throwdown right there in the middle of the hallway, and they gotta throw me out, or but at least a couple days. Everybody I know that's died and they got to the hospital and shit, and they get put on the whatchamacallit and shit. They pull the plug that day. Everybody's pulling the motherfucking plug. You better not fall asleep in the hospital, nigga. You might not never wake the fuck up. Got my kid's mom. Nigga, she died when she was 39. She's been having seizures forever and a day. And then, yeah, I'm about to drop some hellified truth right now. Um, um, as soon as she decides that she wanted to get the fuck out of motherfucking Minnesota, it ends up 2 months later her being dead in her in her grandma's town. Had a seizure in her mom's house, and I want to be accurate. Somebody knew she was having a seizure, but let her didn't do nothing. Let her go. And after a while, guess they thought she was dead. Called the ambulance. Oh, my daughter dead. I guess they figured enough time went by. Ambulance get there. They do what they do. She's not. They try to hurry up, rush her, get back to the hospital, trying to revive her and whatever. And she ends up in the whatchamacallit type of state where you're hooked up. Nope. Pull the plug. Pull the plug and burn her and let's go. I mean, I swear to motherfucking God, man. It wasn't even 24 hours from the time that they reported her dead to the time that she had already been cremated in 24 fucking hours. Like the kids, the kids, she told the kids, and the kids like they're coming back. That I got one of them I got one of the blended families, man. So they're with her other baby dad, and she tells them like, I think that was really right before she was done being cremated. So they made sure that enough time went by. So okay, even when they come back, they ain't gonna see Jack. Split flat. And then she bossed up afterwards. Mom's is flossing, brand new sunglasses and cars, bought a house. Never even seen that bitch dry one tear. But niggas are cashing niggas in. Like, niggas, a motherfucker will cash you in like a poker chip. And they all chipped at her along the way. It's like these motherfuckers, man. She left here from Minnesota. I think she learned about this shit. And she was trying to dip. Because usually she don't leave nobody behind. She's one of them Chicago bitches, man. Just like, they ain't right unless they're stacked up in one crib like roaches. She's always been like that. And she doesn't make no decisions on nothing ever. Then just out of the blue, one day she's like, "Oh, hey, I think I'm moving down to Arizona," and she did it. And she was trying to shake them motherfuckers. She was like, "It's just me and the kids going. I'm getting the fuck up out of here." I'm like, "Okay, bet. Hey, all right, I'll swing around there, man." She was probably, I forget where the hell I was. I was Florida, Vegas. I was in Vegas. Yeah, and she just ups and dips. But she was only supposed to be leaving with the kids. But by the time, she finally called me and she's like, "Yeah, I'm halfway there." And I'm like, "Oh shit, that was quick. What up? How you doing?" Yeah, everybody else decided to come too. She was supposed to be leaving them. Well, not everybody. She left her brother and her mom there at her house, and her nigga went with her, the kids, another bitch that was living there with him. And I swear to God, I might not be bluffing, but there's a straggler in there some fucking where. Oh, EJ, yeah, the kid, yeah, there's 4 kids, her nigga, her, and another bitch. She was supposed to be leaving the other bitch. Bitch was a problem. Mom was a problem. She was fighting with her brother, all in her own motherfucking crib. She ran from them niggas out of her crib down to Arizona. Get down to Arizona. I guess they started in on her on some shit that I started to find out later on, but she just wasn't saying it. She was just going through it. Stole her phone, stole her money, locked her out the crib, kept her clothes. You know, eventually you just got to give up. You can only pound on the doors and stand outside, motherfuckers, and all that stuff so much. All right, damn, you go. I mean, what am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? They do that to my boy, or you know what I'm saying? And then she tried her luck to go to Washington. Oregon, one of the two. Wanted to stay with somebody there. They started to pick her off there. Started picking her off. Had my son running weed quick as fuck. They were there on a couple days, man. And yeah, and I'm selling my little self. I'm like, oh, the nigga got you running a little Ray. And I'm like, oh, bitch, see what you doing? You're going from bad to worse. And it's down. Before you knew it, everything was gone. And, somebody was into a fight, and they had the whole setup ready to go. They had the rest of her stuff inside the house when they started the fight outside the house, you know. And I'll tell them you got drugs, and they're doing everything and anything, and they go for the petty shit. Like they just wanted her to get all her stuff into the house, get what little bit of money and stuff that they could up out of her, and then when she was broke, kick her the fuck out. Savagery don't get to grandma. Grandma did something, so she goes out to Iowa, lives with her mom. Damn, look, as I know, she was definitely desperate. Now she was calling and sweet talking me and all kinds of shit, and this shit always meant and always should have been and be, and and oh way, and man, you're. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't fucking with you, but I don't give a fuck. You can go down here, it's got to be on your dime. You nigga, I mean, why are you calling me? I ain't got no money for you, you know? So, you're like, I got the paper, and she was definitely going to get it. She a hustler when she want to be, that's baby mental, you know? And shit, we was out on a motherfucking hustle, man. I'm talking about knee high to a fly's eye, so a motherfucker can run a bag up. I'm like, all right, so she was supposed to be coming down in like 2-3 weeks. I know it wasn't more than a month. So, I started rubbing my palms together because I was already getting fucked up. I didn't have nothing. I was down on my dick, man. No, I wasn't. I take that lie back. I had just got the charger. And I had the Benz. That little motherfucker, I left that shit fuck a Benz. I left that motherfucker in a GT Charger over a Benz. Fuck the Benz. But what yeah. So about 3 weeks she was supposed to be coming. Never made it. Never made it. Never made it. I didn't even see the setup either. I didn't see it. Her other baby dad's in on it too. He's like, soon as she got there, all of a sudden now he's a fixture there. But I ain't never heard of him coming ever going down to her mom's house. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know she was in motherfucking Iowa. Thought she was down south. No, I'm in Iowa. There's a lot of witches in Iowa too. Promise you. Cannibals in Wisconsin. Fucking yeah. But the nigga started. He's now all of a sudden he's a fixture, right? All right. So, there's all of a sudden new talks about if something happens, if she died. What? Why are we even talking about this right now? It's something that we need to talk about. You got to be mature. Blah. All right, man. But I'm just saying, it's strange to me. I mean, go ahead, proceed. But of all things, talked about that. If anything's happened, supposed to talk to her sister. Um, um, Me and her sister supposed to, look after the kids. She take the daughters. My son go with me. Okay. But in from that point, until when she died, things have changed. Nope, they went everywhere else. Uh, I know she she was getting she was getting like $10,000 a month somehow, some way. I don't know how. I don't know how. Everybody was getting a check. Like the kids got checks, she got checks, and she got checks on checks because of her health. Shit. And that was like residual. Even if she died, the kids are still getting the checks. So I didn't, and I wouldn't even really think about that shit. That shit really did go over my motherfucking head. He comes down to sew up the money for the kids. And they're still kids, so, well, mine's ain't, I had to let him do what he chose. I ain't finna, it's too late in the game to be trying to make nobody do nothing. He's 17, and he's closer to 18. So, what's up, little nigga? You wanna come fuck with me? No, I wanna go with my sisters. I already kind of knew it. He always run from me, so it don't even matter. So I am a little nigga. Holler at me, you know what I'm saying? But here, this is what I can give you for right now. But you know what I'm saying? I already knew I wasn't gonna see him for a minute, but I didn't think that they were lying. No, he was supposed to go to his uncle's in Chicago, and I knew it. But what was I gonna say? I knew it was a lie. You don't like staying with me, talking about I'm too um I got too many rules and shit. And he's in the fucking army. You're gonna be doing push-ups and swapping the deck, shorty. But okay, they didn't go. They went right back to Minnesota. Dude gets them out of all the money. How I don't know. There was like some back paying shit too. Swindle. These motherfuckers are evil, bro. They had all this shit planned out. Whatever kind of back pay or something that she had coming from something, some medical shit, I think, and they got that money. All the money from the chillings. They probably didn't even really report my kid's mom dead. I wouldn't doubt it if it's probably like she's still alive on paper somewhere, and they're just racking that up. That's their little 10 bands a month, getting it. Ain't no telling if they chopped her up. I mean, oh, and that's what I was about to say. I forgot that part. That goes on. You don't have to have all their motherfucking plugs. A lot of this shit, man, shit. Let's just call it what it is, man. They go through the cartel. Everybody runs their mouth. Everybody be bragging. You got to plug with the cartel. Got to plug with the cartel. You remember how it was back in the day? Like, nigga, motherfuckers, like, nigga, only George Lucas had, only Frank Lucas had motherfucking, a real plug with the cartel. You know what I mean? I'm talking about out the mud for real. And then, you get a little older, and motherfuckers move around, or, you choppy with the essays. Okay, it becomes a little more easier. But still, that was only a few. But now, everybody. You know what I mean? And it's like everything's all one price everywhere. It don't matter. You know what I mean? The West Coast ain't got it for the dirt no more, dude. Shit. You heard it about it, bitch. And they done spraying out, and then everybody wants to be plugged in. So they got the good plug. And then if they need a favor, they can call. And these motherfuckers do pull the fuck up. Throw you in the trunk. And damn near everybody's got one of the all white jump out boy vans on the north side. I forget what the hell the missing woman uh, number was. I just remember it fucked me up. I'm trying to think about it. The kids, the missing women, uh, homeless motherfuckers constantly coming up missing. People that they done rub the fuck out. Like you can look my name up. I'll say my shit, Richard motherfucking Young, right? My dad, he's Richard Young Jr. And then my grandpa is Richard Young Sr. You would think, but I didn't see it on his Social Security. I went that deep. Now I pull people shit up, and I went look. He doesn't have senior. He has like Dickie Richard Young. Okay, bet. No, but no, I haven't seen the senior. My dad is the junior, and then on my shit it just says Richard D Young. But my dad is always trying to make me put the third on it. Me just being a rebellious motherfucker, I never put the third. I was like, you want me to put the third on it? No. Yeah, I'll keep signing Richard D. Young the way it says on Social Security, and that's the way what he's always trying to make me do it. Now, I think he was trying to create a trail. They'll see these faggots. They'll have you do shit, and you'll be none the motherfucking wiser. It is a long thought out plan that's gonna happen probably a year or two from now and shit, and you've been leaving the trail. Go over here and sign for this. Just, yeah, we can both get it. Yeah, put your name. Yeah, but make sure you put the third, okay? Because that's you. You're the third. You're my son. Like, okay. But I would still never put the third. I don't know why. He was one of them niggas that rubbed me wrong at an early age, and I knew he was a fuck nigga. I just didn't know how bad. I'm a great judge of character. Yeah, can't keep forgetting like that, man. Right. It's always right here. There's a lot of sad motherfuckers here. And that's fucked up. I can't even ask nobody like, yeah, I fucking when you look at my name, it's so discombobulated. You can't get nothing accurate on me. An example. All right, so you put in Richard D. Young in Minnesota, born in Minnesota. All right, I'm not gonna be the only one, but like 5,000 Richard D. Youngs. Okay, even with the search engine, it can break it down a little bit closer, and you put your birth date in. Boo, boo, boo. Yeah, and to the bare minimum of what I had to pick through to find what is supposed to be mine, but not. I had to go through 500. I can narrow it down to even a little more. All right. I had 3 profiles out of digging through all these motherfuckers. I mean, I put in my time in this shit in this motherfucking car. Hours, days, weeks. And I save them in the little archive sections that they be having so I can categorize them. I put my little names by them. This one's me, but it doesn't have my businesses in it. This one has the businesses, but it has my dad's information on it. Okay. This one over here, it has family members that I'm related to, but it says my name, birthday might be off or something, and then it'll have small, very small, like accolades for something else, or a small rental history or something. And you could tell the fake ones, by the, okay, hold on, it says on here that this guy's like 49 years old, and like it has the history of a teenager maybe at best, you know just a few pages, sometimes no addresses. So that's the fluff. You got to get through the fluff. Then I now you got your shit spread out, and for me it was easier to me, it made sense. A lot of this shit was done by my uncle Ronald, my sister Ebony, and my dad Richard Jr. Marquez. Why? Okay. One, when I was first trying to find out some things that was going on with my grandma, because on the obituary it had my name as her son, and then on another one it had me off as not, and so that sparked my interest. So I asked some questions. I went to go holler at my uncle, and I found a profile with his name on it, and I'm like, I found your profile on Ancestry, and you got me on there as your brother. What does that mean? He's like, oh, what are you talking about? Like, man, so he played the dumb role. So I'm trying to tell him, and I'm like, man, that's your email, and that's her name right there, and shit. And he's like, oh, I didn't make that. Okay, well, who in the fuck? All right, so you're suspect. Maybe my sister did it for him, but he knew, because when I was even asking about the shit, I kept driving it, and he had told me that my auntie Pooh wasn't there, so nobody's down able to come let me in the door, but she was. She got frustrated. She got tired of me pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. Hey, Trey, listen, stop. Okay, all right, we're going to bed. Click, done. Nobody's picked up. Second, my sister, on damn near every site that I could find that's about ancestry and finding family and family trees and all that good stuff. And there's only a few, like 10, and like half them I ain't even got to. But Ancestry, and there's another one, and I'm like, shit, I could see the fuck shit from here, and it's on other database sites. You know what I mean? That have nothing to do with ancestry type shit. It's just you can pay to look a motherfucker up. Uh, it not only is everything discombobulated on Ancestry, I done jumped over like to my mom's side of the family, and their family tree is just boom, 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 boom. Everybody's laid out, and everybody knows everybody. And then my family is like, you don't know who's who. Some kids have been claimed. They've traded kids. They've traded kids. Like, I don't want this one. You can have that. All right, I'll take this one. A lot of my relatives don't even really know who their dad really is. and they use molestation as rituals. That virus hit my family too. But man, need this motherfucking ass. So my sister, she I know it was her. In my gut, it tells me it's her. She's the one that has the fortitude for that, and she works for different nonprofit organizations, and she's been a part of the police. Bitch, you thought I didn't know? I found out. Hey, that's fucked up. The police damn near killed me. It's right after they damn near killed me. You started to work for the police, like you were. They threw your ratchet ass in the motherfucking workhouse. And I still don't know how the hell you go to workhouse for a federal crime. But okay. I'll buy that for now. But you weren't there. I don't even believe that. You was off training. You was at your training camp for 6 months. How you get out the workhouse and and go work at the police station? Fuck, I dropped my cigarette, man. The fuck does that? Like, how did you do that? But out of 4 of us, my older brother, me, her, and our little brother, everybody's wiped off out of existence from having any affiliation with being my mom's child. I mean, we're rubbed out completely on every database that I've been on. I've been on the verify me, the check me. I got in Intel something, the app right on my phone. Excuse me. You'll never find anybody's name except hers linked to our mom as her child. It literally looks like she only had one child. When I go to look it up and I try to find this shit, only in the obituary, and I think that was written twice too. What the fuck? What move did they pull on that one? See, on that one, they do trick it. I'm gonna just roll with it. With the obituaries, they do a trick of the words too. And they're and in like one of the cases, like with me, with my grandma, they do two. So they'll write it. They'll write it. That's what they did with moms. Okay, hold on. Well, moms, they wrote it as though my dad was me, and they just put both our names the same. But I know what my dad's trying to do with it. He's a slick motherfucker. He's merging our shit. He uses all my motherfucking shit. I know he's used my name in other motherfucking places. And at the same time, with the other shit that he's trying to do, he wants reports that show the things that are underneath my social security to be on his shit. That's when it's easier to just take your shit. Like, the shit's wicked than a motherfucker. Like, I'm like, y'all some cold, y'all raw. Underneath my name, it really don't got shit. It has my. You can find my record attached to my shit. Most definitely, indubitably. Like, no, you can't leave that out. That is never going missing. Plus, take you a couple more. I got some shit on my shit. I have no fucking clue where it came from. And I've done my own dirt. But it, this nigga's wrong, man. This nigga had shit in my name, man. I'm talking about before I even knew what the fuck credit was. And they just always chalk that up to the game, like, that's just what the fam do. But nigga, it had already begun. I mean, they live off a nigga. And why in the fuck they get paid to watch me? I have no motherfucking clue. Or they used to get paid to watch me. Like, how am I the only one in my family, right? Like, everybody is perpetrated, like they live that life and they, went to jail with, but it was all fluff. It was all fake. It was after I'm 45 years old now. I figured out a lot of things, like, y'all niggas have been bluffing all this time. Y'all been bluffing. Y'all niggas don't really be into nothing. What y'all be doing? How y'all Masons? Like, when I see, I mean, you don't talk about that, but I can see it. I catch it. I catch it. I know my dad's a Mason. I know all my grandparents were Masons. All my uncles were Masons. There's women on my mom's side of the family that they're all Eastern Stars. Every last woman is just like a whole family of women. The women run that family, man. I don't even know none of the dudes' names. Dudes don't run shit. And they kept their last names, like, nigga, I'm gonna marry you, you're gonna be my bitch. But you're the bitch, you know what I'm saying? And I run this shit, and like that. Men be pushed to the background, the women be all in the front, like, yeah, we're running, and they and this is the type of shit they was doing even back then. And, in their younger years. They've been doing this shit a long time. So it's just all the Eastern Stars on my mom's side of the family is what makes me guess about the Eastern Stars and the females on my side of the family on my dad's side. They all still click. They all still hang. They all duck and hide for me, and you know what I mean. But I figured that one out. Everybody played the role for a very, very long time. They played the, when you come around and you just had a problem with the fam or something, they be like, yeah, I know that motherfucker's always been like that. They'll play that whole whoop with you. But really, they're just ping ponging you. Because really, nobody fucks with you. They all got this shit going on. And I guess the only thing I could be happy for is the fact that, uh, I was on the fattening up the victim side for later on. Whether they always had this planned or it became a plan somewhere later on down the line, I don't know. But when I look back at shit, it just goes too far back. And it's definitely not just recent, you know, with everybody that's died, all the grandparents that then died, y'all get real quiet. Y'all get real quiet. And this ain't no don't get it twisted. You always rather have your people who should fuck their things, but motherfucker, these were working, business owning, investment having, homes fully paid off type motherfuckers. Up from Oklahoma from the Black Wall Street days, know how to get a buck. Big concrete companies, corner stores, barber shops. Man, millions more. First black owners and business owners in Minnesota. Been up there a long time. Makes sense. When they burned Black Wall Street, 1830s, 1840s. Then they migrated up a little bit, stopped in Arkansas. 20 years later, came out up to the good old Twin Cities. First Negroes around. There's a lot gone, poof. And the only thing you hear is the most trivial answer. Oh, Grandpa Dickie drunk himself to death. What the fuck they got to do with all his businesses? Oh, he drunk that up too. You crazy bitch. You can get drunk from here to Kingdom Come, $5, $15 a day. And we talking about my grandpa. I bet he had harder habits than that. But he had bank. 3 barbershops. Where are they? All of their houses, all the brothers had houses. It's 6 brothers, 6 houses. Only one is alive somewhere, and I don't know. They had cabins, boats, cars. They had bank accounts. They had Army veteran benefits money. They were also Masons. I know they had something wrapped up in there. I'm just going to put it on it because I know. I mean, they used to live on all of them, all together. Lived on the same military bases. My grandma, grandpa, the brothers, their wives. For a long time. They got them special ops, things. I done found it on some of the shit I done looked up, and it shocked me. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, you guys were, okay, I understand, okay, you lived on a military base, you do that type, but, and then what's all the special ops shits? And y'all was like, I always thought that, everybody kept telling me the same shit. They drunk it all. They came back from the army. They just got drunk. They just, they beat up a couple of their bitches, and that was it. They treat them like they treat their story to me as if they were has-beens, and to me they wouldn't even be that. Even if it is, that's how it turned out. But they weren't. They got on the good foot as soon as they got here. They had multiple businesses, multiple houses. They were playboys. They had the wife and the girlfriend set up, and then we all go have some fun down in the cabin this weekend. Whose cabin we going to? I'm going to mine. You ain't going back to yours. How can you not when you get? They had concrete companies. There was a few corner stores, and they ran them for a long time. For a long time. Shit, I think they had been up here a good 20 years before I was born. No, what is it? Let me see. So great grand, Queen Esther and them, they came up. All right, so about 19, and then Grandpa pop around about 1930s. Yeah. No, about 50 years. Shit. So they have 4 lives. And to the last of my knowledge, around the time that I think it was 5 years, maybe before he died, because that was the last time I saw him, and that's when the last time I was around any of y'all's. Um, how old was I? Maybe 20s. Yep. And man, he was still at the top of his game. He was checking y'all. Everybody else was still living good than a motherfucker. Everybody lived in houses. Everybody had their cars. Everybody was getting money out their motherfucking ass, and it was coming from dad. He was still working for him. Once again, still getting the army stuff. They was getting all that money. They still got all that money every month. They was getting checks on checks on checks on checks. Some of them might have found their information and still look like they're alive. Brand new addresses, with their names now attached to them as living there. I'd be tempted, and I'd be a whole lot more tempted, once I got the cash to do it. I can't even front. Nigga, situation is paramount. And it's always the drunken dog. My cousin Steve, they didn't even come up with a answer. They just played dumb. Like, And then his sister popped up dead like a week later. And I never met her. That's my cousin. I just never met her. And he was gonna introduce me to her too. He's like, you ain't never met my sister before, have you? Like, I ain't even know you had a sister, nigga. He's like, yes, and you're gonna like her. She's cool as hell. She be hanging out with bitches and shit. She gonna hook you up with bitches. And I'm like, I want some bitches. And my gay cousin Steve too. Gay the motherfucker. Just popped up there. Disappeared. All this shit. I don't know what he had. Other than his crib. I knew his crib was his. We didn't kick it on that level, but he was always he was smart. We would just jive. Oh man, my mama shit. Honest, real spit. I think my mama had at least $1 million life insurance. She had a life insurance policy that she was paying on for the longest. She was a nurse for 30 years. Her and my dad, I remember, they flipped good houses. They did their thing. They flipped at least a good 10, 15 houses. They kept one. in the end, I should say after the bankruptcy, that was okay. Then they bounced back a little. Man, that shit to me that shit makes sense like a motherfucker. That's what this fuck nigga do, cause he ain't got no hustle. But he likes to call himself the great pretender, and that's one thing for Sugar. I know he knows how to finesse some shit. And like how I understand the credit, I I know how to fuck with paperwork from the credit side. I learned a little credit hustle. Not even a hustle. It is a legitimate business, and it's exactly what I ran. Didn't even have to do nothing, but I could see the ways. But this is like the nigga. This is the devil side of the shit, nigga. They're to strip a motherfucker of everything from their will. The people that were supposed to get it ain't getting it. Uh, Anybody that might have really loved her, you know what I'm saying, are the motherfuckers that are gullible and they don't even know. They're like, oh, Granny, man, she just died. Granny died. What happened? We don't know. It's just she was old. I think she went in her sleep or something. You know what I'm saying? And they're helping. They're helping to 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 fucking unalive motherfuckers. Like they're not dying fast enough. So Granny, you know, put a chicken bone down her throat. But they be closing in already. It's the same story with my grandma, my dad, with my grandpa. It's already started with me. That's why all my information is so fucked up. But there's just that one or two files that with all my shit on it. But it's underneath my dad's name, and then it's underneath like the same kind of name, but it's with a extra rich or a Rick in the middle. Those are like keywords to see. So like Rick Young, Richard Young, Richard John Young, Young Richard Rich, but with the same information. So okay, and it's so my granny died. They slowly start being all in your shit. Oh, you old girl, it's hard for you to see. Let me take care of that, and I'm gonna sign this right here because you ain't gonna go nowhere. I'm gonna be the one to get it, so I have to be able to sign for it. So now you go from signing for medication to signing checks, and you're signing deeds, and you're re-signing wills. And that's their hustle. That's why other parts of my family aggressively, they won't mix. They don't want to talk. We got family that left and they went south and never came back. And uh, even when I went and tried digging a little bit, trying to find people and hook up with fam, they're ducking and dodging, ducking and dodging. Nope, 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 nope. Nobody wants to pick up, getting answers back from other people and shit. Hey, cuz nobody really wants to talk to nobody down there. But yeah, motherfuckers calling and giving me my, hey, this your warning, nigga. Motherfuckers ain't fucking with y'all. Wow. No reason. And there's no, and they're aggressive. Like, nigga, don't come this way. And even within the hometown, nobody comes to St. Paul. Nobody in St. Paul goes to Minneapolis. Nobody on the south side fucks with, and nobody on the south side even knew that there was family on the north side. And when they found out, they were told, nigga, don't come over. And everybody on all every side, has at least a small laundry list. About 5, 6 people that they can even think of, and they're like, man, I just let it go. You know, I put it in God's hands. I mean, nobody really knows nothing. My little brother, my little sister did it to my mom. You know, got her isolated. Nobody on her side down in the, and she ain't talked to them in years. On her side of the family, nobody up here is fucking with her because it's my dad's side of the family. They ain't never like her no way. He don't fuck with her no more. He done tucked her off into a old chick slash half apartment type place that I never even got to see. I was locked up the whole time. She was there for a few years. Basically put out her own crib by her same dude, by her dude, and he went and got him a new bitch. So all she did was drink and smoke, medicate herself, all that shit. You know, figure deal where I'm going. And this is where they could use something that you already do. They hide it very well too sometimes. They'll use something that you already do against you. So they try to say that my mom accidentally took too much of her medicine. That's what killed her. So it was an accidental death. But she's been taking the same shit forever and a day. But at the same time, something surfaces about this guy having other lawsuits for the same thing of misdiagnosing his patients. And supposedly her dosage was higher. But by the time I'm locked up, all I can do is wait for little sister, run back to info. You know, they got a lawsuit trying to figure it out. But in the end, when that plays out, my little sister paid $340 for the lawsuit to stop. And cut ties with me. And when I see her again later, years later, I come out. Anytime I ask about it, she hits me with the narcissist. But she never talks about where did all the stuff go in mom's will. She still had a will. Can I see the will? Nobody wants me to see the will. It's ironic that there's nothing in public records associating me with my mom. I know how to search some public records. I at least know how to do that. Did the same thing, my cousin, Rob. These dirty motherfuckers, and I'm talking about they did my cousin Rob dirty. They put a straight hit on him, and I don't know if it's real or not, but my uncle said that it was some mad dad dudes that they're like an organization on the north side that's supposed to be like helping to clean up the streets type shit. But my dad dropped him off there, and the same motherfucking day, I don't even think it was a full 24 hours. They murdered him. Tried to say that he tried to do something to them. Like my cousin jumped on three guys. That's what they're trying to say. He jumped on three guys. You know, and of course I gotta spit it. You know what I mean? And it's for other fools to if you believe it or not. But I'm telling you, my cousin was timid. He run before he fight. He tries to be cool before, and because he don't want no problems. And he would have left. He's still a street nigga. He went down to the park, slept, went downtown, fucked around, something. You know, and he'd been locked up before. So, that they throw that, they really love to use that whole shit. That shit that when they be throwing niggas a record out there after the police or somebody and did something to a nigga, and the police had to shoot a nigga down on 24th Street. You know what I mean? He had a record. He had been to jail 2 times. And then motherfuckers is like, hold on, man, what the fuck did he do right now? What are you talking about? Nobody says nothing. Nobody checks nothing. Nobody really does nothing. The community activists and the one people that are supposed to really like help you out in situations and shit like this, you know what I'm saying? They're paid. They know and they're scared as fuck and they'd rather take the dough. They know. Nick Davis, this faggot, this motherfucker, he's supposed to be like he's for the urban league and the NAACP and shit. And police shoot me in my motherfucking back, and I'm like, okay, I thought I was really gonna get some help. Nick Davis came down like, man, you be in the neighborhood and you be all about just black power stuff and good stuff and whatever's. But I was already seasoned even then. And it's sad that I had to catch it. But he was trying to get me to tell on myself. He can't. I know he can't. He had to come in there wearing a wire. There's certain questions you don't ask, and why are you asking me this? And this is the first time I've ever met you, and why you? You ain't the police, you ain't no lawyer, no investigator. You wasn't good enough. There's a lot of wicked shit, man, and motherfuckers get this Gangstalker shit and whatever, I'm pretty sure it's God. It can't be no worse than when you're in like a hub. My hometown's a hub. They're thick. Majority type shit. And you can even tell with the little dope boys and shit. You could tell the blocks where they're relaxed. They're sitting out there with their feet kicked up. Police over in the next block. They're sitting no problem. They're getting it and never a raid. And the hobby store next door that everybody goes in and out of, never a raid. But you'll catch them, down the block. You know what I mean? You got you a solo dolo fool. You done jumped out there, thought he was gonna make a couple bucks and shit. Nope, you're the one that they're waiting for the night. The homies up there that they get their shit from the police and then hide it in the Habib store. They're all working as a team, pimping. You're not a part of the plan. And them boys are doing more than moving though. You know that. They ain't even got the patience to do that. Little niggas is impatient. The fatty be moving fast as fuck. They'll stand out there for an hour. Make $1,000 probably. More than that. Damn. And then go body a motherfucker. Wrap one up, drop them off to Pedro or, whoever's buying. Because motherfuckers is spending money for motherfuckers. And motherfuckers are going. Yep. I babbled again. I'm finna beam up to Scotty by myself. My bad, I know I'm getting it out. That's the main thing.